On November 9th, 2025, the creator behind Dead Appalachia ventured to a remote, off-grid cabin deep in eastern Ohio. His goal was simple in theory, but unnerving in practice: deliberately break every so-called rule of Appalachia and see what responded. What started as a folklore experiment soon shifted into something far more instinctive, where darkness, silence, and the weight of old legends seemed to shape everything around him.
Bench. Oh man, this is looking cool. All right, here's the cave. Huh. Ah! Oh, thorns. Just thorns. I'm jumpy right now, man. Okay. Huh. Interesting. Not much of a cave as much as it is an overhang, huh? Let's see down here. Maybe there's a bigger opening. I'm honestly kind of worried I'm gonna come across a bear who's just trying to chill. That'd be my luck. Kind of just an overhang, not much of a cave. I was expecting something like Minecraft, I guess. But this is still pretty cool. Maybe I'll come back out here once the nighttime comes and see if anything gets me for breaking the rule. What the? I think I accidentally turned on my spirit box when I was trying to open up my gear pouch. That scared the hell out of me. I'm not gonna lie. That was kind of jarring. There's a lot of weird sounds happening out here. Did you know that Ohio is considered the most haunted state in the entire US? Before I was, really getting into this stuff, I didn't think much of Ohio, because only a tiny sliver of Ohio is actually Appalachia. But as I do more research, it really is an interesting state. There's a lot of natural history. There's a lot of ghost towns here, and there's a crap ton of haunted locations here in Ohio, more so than pretty much anywhere else in the country. So I'm actually kind of excited to be here. I've never been to Ohio before. I keep hearing things rustling along this tree line. I think it's just squirrels, but that's gonna do a whole lot. I mean, it's something. Huh. Well, I found a pond. Good looking pond. Very scudsy. Some type of A-frame with chicken wire on it. I think that may be a duck house. I bet there's chock full of fish in here. Then again, I don't have an Ohio fishing license, and I really don't want to spend the money just to fish for one day. Again, I keep hearing rustling. There's a lot of squirrels around here. All right, let's head back. I'm gonna take a nap with my wife, and we will wake back up when it's dark, and I'll see if I can entice anything to come and eat us. All right, I guess I'll see you in the nighttime.
Upon arrival, he explored the property. A narrow bridge, an abandoned shed, a shallow rock shelf, and a murky pond tucked behind the trees. Even the spirit box turning on by itself hinted that the place carried a presence of its own. But the real test wouldn't begin until nightfall.
God. Oh, my freaking phone. Hopefully you can hear that with the audio turned up. Did y'all hear that rustling? Hello? Any wendigos out here? Any skinwalkers? I ain't afraid of you. I'm a little afraid.
As dusk settled, he broke the first rule, whistling into the forest. The echo had barely faded when something large rustled nearby, close enough to feel, yet impossible to see. The reaction was immediate and deeply unsettling, but he pressed on.
The little lanterns here are a nice touch. These ones right here, very much so dead though. I'm worried about going out here without a weapon or something, but I doubt that axe would do me much good anyways. It looks super dull. We'll head this way. I saw a trail that heads up the mountainside. I'm gonna follow that. And once we get up top of the mountain, sit down and start breaking some rules. Check out that moon. That is you probably can't see it too well on a GoPro, but that is a gorgeous crescent moon. I will say I am getting a sort of bad vibe feeling out here. I'm sure you hear this a lot from other paranormal YouTubers, but something feels wrong out here. I feel like I'm not welcome. I guess I am out here purposely breaking supernatural rules. Yeah, I'm getting the heebie-jeebies. Something about the Appalachian woods when the leaves start falling. The woods around here just look so ominous and creepy and uninviting. It's like whatever is out here does not want you in here. Here we are, right here. I'm gonna try to not talk very much on the walk up here, and I'm not gonna put any type of like ambient music. I want y'all to hear the sounds of the forest. So I'm gonna turn up the volume here really loud to see if you guys can hear something that I can't. Here we go. What is this? Feed, sawdust, something or other. Weird. We're just gonna keep heading up into this hill, this mountain, see where it takes us. Once we reach the top, like I said, I'm gonna set my pack down and then just see what happens. Look at this gnarled, creepy ass looking tree. Oh, this forest is daunting. That incline getting the best of me here. All right, this place looks pretty secluded. We're a decent bit away from the cabin. This is as fine place as any. Okay, we got the night vision camera going here. This place is terrifying at night. I will tell y'all what. So far, I have not seen anything out of the ordinary. I haven't even seen an animal. Right now I'm just kind of sweeping the area with the IR. If there are any animals or creatures, the IR will make their eyes glow. But right now, I see no signs of animals, cryptids, or whatever else in the vicinity. Yeah, there ain't nothing right now. My name is Luke, and I ain't afraid of you. I'm calling you out. You want to come say hello? I'm right here. Wendigo. 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 Skinwalker. Skinwalker. Come out, you antlered bastard. I ain't afraid of you. I got the Lord on my side, son. Come say something to dear old Appalachia. If you ain't a wuss. Was sent this spirit box by a subscriber of mine. So this will be my first time using it. I honestly don't know how to use it that well. I'm kind of new to all this, but maybe there's some spiritual energies here I can talk to.
Pay for a vacation later.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Do you hear that shit? Those are coyotes. They are very, very close. Let's go try to see if we can catch them on camera or on the night vision camera. What got them hooting and hollering last time is the spirit box. Maybe if I run it again, I'll get them to start up again. Let's try that. What the actual hell? I think it's about time I head back to the cabin. What the actual hell was that? The spirit box was working fine just a minute ago, getting regular radio signals. Is that normal? I'm sure there's some much more experienced paranormal investigators who have used spirit boxes frequently. Is that normal? For it to make that god-awful sounds? That has set my nerves right on edge. I don't like it. That mixed with those coyotes over yonder, I am more than a little on edge. I think I'm going to continue this investigation in the safety of the cabin. I feel a very, very unwelcoming. All right, let's get back inside my cabin. I'm sure my wife is worried about me.
Walking alone into the woods, dread set in fast. Calling out into the darkness triggered an instant chain reaction. Coyotes erupted from all directions. When the spirit box suddenly emitted harsh, distorted noise, the atmosphere shifted from eerie to openly threatening. He retreated to the cabin. There, his wife reported scratching along the walls and the sound of something dragging outside. By morning, he reflected that Appalachia wasn't the exaggerated nightmare social media often portrayed, but it was clear the woods had responded to his provocations. Some viewers chalk it up to wildlife and instinct. Others believe defying the rules revealed something that listens in the dark. And if those rules were nothing more than superstition, why did everything escalate the moment he chose to ignore them? On October 11th, 2025, Manus Y set out across the Appalachian Mountains, a region steeped in folklore and layered with stories of tragedy. His channel blends humor with cinematic exploration, taking viewers to unusual locations without relying on jump scares or forced frights. This trip followed a route through 10 sites, places more defined by history than hauntings. Still, at each stop, there was a quiet weight, a sense that the mountains remembered far more than they revealed.
In West Virginia, not for the Mothman, but for the abandoned and haunted Lake Shawnee amusement park. All the bad things started happening specifically in the 1950s when a little girl really tragically died on the swing ride. It was kind of strange. She didn't die directly from the swings. A truck just backed into her as she was in her seat. And then a second death happened. It was a little boy who died in the lake here when his arm got stuck in a drain pipe. This is actually the second and third children's deaths in a row. Yeah.
He recounted the stories embedded in the land. A young girl struck during a ride accident, a boy who drowned nearby, and the discovery of hundreds of Native American burials beneath the park.
The swings where that girl tragically died. It's equally creepy, but also kind of sweet how a lot of people leave these dolls and like toys for her. But pretty much a lot of people report hearing her or seeing her specific swing still swinging as if she's still around here. If we take a walk around here, we'll see hers. It's marked by the red ribbon. So we're not sure, but we think this might be the swing. It's just that the ribbon has lost its color over time. The darkest and most terrifying thing about this place is that they actually built the amusement park on top of a Native American burial site. A tribe called the Shawnee tribe used to live here, and archaeologists that have dug around this area have found over 300 burials. Yeah, here, where we're standing. Bruh. But what's super crazy is that before the amusement park was built, there were a couple English settlers that lived here. They kind of took this place from the natives and stuff. The Shawnee tribe came and killed 2 of their children, kidnapped another one, and burned his like 8-year-old son at a stake. So there's like multiple levels of death.
The atmosphere didn't need theatrics. The stillness itself carried a heavy presence, one that lingered long after leaving. Later, at Puckett Bridge, he revisited accounts of construction workers who died during its building, and the legend of a headless figure said to appear at night. While filming, his tripod suddenly shifted and slammed into his leg.
And it is terrifying. Let me give you some history about this place. Pretty much, it's one of the oldest bridges in the entire country. It was built all the way back in 1820. When it was being built, all the workers there caught a strange, mysterious disease. Some people think it was malaria, but the fact of the matter is, a lot of people died while this thing was being built. Here's the crazy part, okay? Legend has it that one of the workers that died from the mysterious illness, his body was buried within the walls of this bridge itself, and it's still there to this day. A lot of visitors who come here at at night report hearing screams, seeing figures. Some people even fall ill. The thing about this bridge is that a lot of people report strange activity when two things occur. Right after it rains, which you can see from the ground, it's literally still wet, and when it's midnight.
Dude, come on.
That was close. Hold on, give it a second. At midnight, there are reports of people seeing on this bridge a headless man.
Something I forgot to mention is that sometimes people don't just hear or see a presence, but they actually feel a physical touch.
Just with it, dude, these walls are so old. And somewhere buried in here oh!
What just happened?
You did that! Are you kidding me?
No, did what?
Oh no, we gotta go. We gotta go.
Did
We
what?
gotta go.
I don't want to be.
No, we gotta fucking go. We gotta. My tripod leg came loose, and usually it's this short. It opened and it came out here, and it touched the back of my leg. You were like wrapping your hand around my leg.
No, I thought you were playing a bit because, like, but then like the look in your eyes was actually like.
When we were under the bridge, there's nothing around us that could touch me but you.
Yeah, because if there was like trees or something.
Yeah, if there was like trees.
A fleeting moment too quick to make sense of. Though he tried to laugh it off, the incident left an unsettling mark, a reminder that some moments resist explanation. At Pope Lick, he went alone.
But demonic Puckett Bridge. Sightings of a demonic half-goat, half-man entity have been reported since at least the 1960s. There are a few tales about its emergence. The first is that it's the spirit of a circus freak who seeks vengeance after being mistreated.
The most infamous story about this place, though, is that it once used to be a local farmer who sacrificed his goats in rituals in return for satanic power.
What's very real are the many, many deaths that have occurred on this bridge. What often happens is people looking for the creature end up getting hit by the train that crosses this very bridge.
On the tracks, it goes out into just an endless abyss. It's really creepy.
I prepared to summon the demon the only way I knew how.
Goatman! I'm here! I am right here, all by myself. Last chance to prove the Appalachians are actually haunted.
Last night, I was lucky to be safe as the train that crosses Puckett Bridge appears from the black of night surprisingly quick. Many people that walk across the bridge don't end up so lucky, and those that come here looking for the Goatman do meet their end, but not from finding the demon, but from their very search.
Standing beneath the towering trestle tied to the legend of the Goatman, he retold stories of people being drawn dangerously toward the tracks, but remained safely below, conscious of the real threat of passing trains. When one thundered overhead, the raw force shattered the quiet, grounding the night in reality rather than myth. He left the mountains reflecting on their strange pull, the mix of beauty, history, and then lingering unease. Many viewers noted that the weight of these places comes less from legends and more from the echoes of the past left unspoken. If these sites feel so heavy in daylight, what might they reveal to anyone brave or curious enough to return after nightfall? Brad Jigham, a fishing and camping YouTuber based in Arlington, was out on a solo kayak trip, spending the day exploring the water and looking for a good place to fish. At first, everything felt calm and routine as he paddled along, scanning the area for the perfect spot to cast his line. But that peaceful atmosphere didn't last.
Okay. Now you see me, I turned around, I'm going a different route. But if you look to the left of the screen, just look at the left of the screen. Did you see it? You see my head? I am f***ed up right now in the head. Do you hear me? I'm f***ed up. I had to whip out my camera because nobody would believe me. What if my film on her was not recording? I didn't know, you know?
At one point, something unusual caught his attention. Off to the left side of the frame, a body could be seen floating in the water. Without drawing too much focus to it, it was clear enough to understand what he had just come across. Realizing the seriousness of the situation, Brad immediately paddled back to shore and contacted the authorities. They later confirmed that it was indeed the body of a man. Out of respect for those involved, the details are best left there, but for those curious, more information can be found elsewhere. It's one of those rare and unsettling moments where an ordinary outdoor trip suddenly turns into something far more disturbing than anyone would expect. The video shared on the channel, Kev's Outdoor Adventures, follows Kev and his loyal dog, Cow, as they head out for a wild camping trip on Hunter Hill in Cumbria, England, a place steeped in unsettling history. The area is closely tied to the Old Corpse Road, a path once used to carry the dead across the hills for burial. a tradition that still lingers in local folklore. Kev mentions he's explored this location before, but this time, he wants to fully document the experience. As he treks across the rugged landscape, the camera captures sweeping views of the lake below. The water level is unusually low, revealing small islands that had long been hidden beneath the surface. He reflects on the past, explaining how a devastating flood submerged the village of Mardal beneath what is now a reservoir. The history of the land feels heavy. According to local stories, campers in the area have reported hearing footsteps after dark, sometimes even the faint sound of horses moving across the hills, echoing the old traditions tied to the corpse road. That night, lying in his bivvy, Kev begins to hear something.
Sounds like something's outside. They're walking about. I know it's windy, but what's that? I didn't know if you can hear it or not. Right guys, I'm going to turn this light off. Fuck. I'm going to try and get some sleep. I know it's windy, but just sorry those footsteps outside as well. Can't hear it now, like, but knowing you feel like people walking around along grass makes it a rustling sound. That's what it was like.
At first it's subtle, faint movement nearby, like slow steps brushing through tall grass. When he steps outside to investigate, there's nothing there. No movement, no figure, just silence. But as the night deepens, the wind begins to pick up, and then the sound returns. This time, it's clearer, more deliberate. Kev wakes instantly. The noise doesn't resemble fabric shifting or gear reacting to the wind. It sounds controlled, intentional, like footsteps, steady, measured, and unmistakably human. He switches off his headlamp and lies still, listening as the sound continues just outside his shelter. By morning, as daylight finally breaks, Kev packs up camp. He tries to rationalize what he experienced, but even he admits the sounds didn't match anything he could easily explain.
I'm not sick, but like, it's a bit nippy. So, I'm gonna get the tent down, all the stuff's put in the bag. I get this tent down, and we'll be getting out of Dodge City. I'll bring it back when we're all packed up to the off a bit. Right guys, we're all packed up, we're heading back down now. It's getting very cold now. As you can see, that's where I camped. Leaving no rubbish. Chow's got his coat on because it's bloody cold. So we're going to head back down now. Bring it back here. Get the Chow, this way, come on. Got his hood on. Right, come on.
They felt too precise, too purposeful to be dismissed as wind or wildlife. As he and Cal make their way back down the hill, there's a lingering tension in the air. He attempts to lighten the mood, but the unease remains. Maybe it was just the environment. Maybe an animal moving in a way that mimicked human steps. Or maybe not. Because in places like this, where history runs deep and stories are passed down through generations, sometimes the line between explanation and mystery starts to blur. And it leaves you wondering, was Kev truly alone on that hillside? Or did something from the past follow those same paths once again? English Woodsman is a YouTuber known for posting camping challenges, often putting himself in isolated outdoor situations. In this particular video, he heads out into the UK woodlands for a budget tent camping trip. For the first 30 minutes, everything feels completely normal. He sets up his camp, talks to the camera, and even live streams the experience so viewers can follow along in real time. It's calm, routine, exactly what you'd expect from a solo camping video. But once night falls, the tone shifts.
I'm trying to sleep and I always like get a flash of light on the tent. Now, if you look back on the live stream that I did, I showed people a reaction of someone in the, the trees with a torch walking backwards and forwards. I don't know if it's someone who subscribed to my channel who may be local and he's trying to find out where I am, trying to scare me a little bit, but I've seen the light flash now over my tent area. So we're going to get out and have a little look, see if I can see the light. The problem is my battery is only on 16% because the live stream flattened it, and I am using my phone as well. But we need to get out. I don't know if he's just trying to be a silly bugger about it, but it's just the way it is, isn't it? But I'm not enjoying it, and I think it's rude. I just have to wait a little. Told you. It's like they're looking for someone. Oh, get down a bit. That must be someone who's seen my live stream, who knows where I am. I need to come this way a little bit. See, lights there now. Got to be looking for me. Let's go back closer to camouflage, not at tent. Must be. What local followers to my channel.
At one point, a figure can be seen moving through the forest in the distance. The person appears to be completely alone, slowly wandering between the trees as if searching for something. Or someone. It's not clear who they are or why they're there, which makes the moment even more unsettling. The uploader later suggested it could have been someone who saw the live stream earlier and decided to track him down as a prank. But even then, it raises questions because the timing and the isolation make it feel far more serious. Eventually, the figure disappears back into the darkness and nothing further happens that night. English Woodsman makes it through safely, but the encounter leaves behind a lingering sense of unease. It's one of those situations that feels like it could have taken a much darker turn. On May 26th, 2025, YouTuber Ray RLC uploaded a video that stands out as one of the most unsettling clips you'll come across on the platform. He had gone out to a nearby forest, setting up a trail camera along what looked like an active deer path, hoping to capture some nighttime wildlife activity.
Found a deer trail. Look where it goes. So I, parked down that way, walked up here. It keeps going on up there. And I want to look up that way of the trail. So I think the perfect spot would be right here. This good old spot. And just look straight up there, and if any deer come walking by, I'll catch them. So I need to get the trail cam and set it up. And we got her. So here's the trail cam. Got it set up. It's facing over there perfectly. But I've got a nice little treat for you guys. There's the sound recorder. Okay. So I'm going to have the trail cam going. I'm also going to have the sound recorder going. I'm going to listen to the audio first, and the trail cam, just to see what we hear and then what we see, because that's kind of...
The next morning, he returned to collect the camera. At first, everything seemed normal. While reviewing the footage, there were only a few faint, unremarkable sounds. But, as he kept watching, the situation took a strange and disturbing turn. Unexpectedly, a cow and a pig pass in front of the camera, completely out of place for that kind of environment. It's odd, but what follows is far more unsettling. A man then appears in the frame. He's shirtless, covered in dirt, and moving in a slow, crawling manner across the ground, holding an axe in his hand. The way he moves, combined with the setting, makes the moment deeply unnerving. What makes it even worse is what Ray later revealed. He believes he saw that same man earlier that morning while heading back to retrieve the camera. If that's true, it suggests the individual had been out there in the forest all night. To this day, there's no clear explanation for who the man was or what he was doing there. It's the kind of footage that turns an ordinary outdoor setup into something that feels straight out of a nightmare. This video was uploaded by a YouTuber known as Omega, who set out to spend the night inside New Zealand's longest abandoned tunnel, an eerie structure stretching nearly a mile in length.
It's really starting to kick in now. What? I want to be spending a night in this thing. Oh no. I don't know about this, guys. What the frick? Oh no. Here it is, everyone. Spooner's Rail Tunnel. It was built in, there we go, 1891 to 93. And man, look at the length. 1,352 meters. This is the longest disused rail tunnel in New Zealand. Oh man alive. I don't know how far I'm going to go into this thing. I've got to find a place to set up camp though somewhere, and it has to be in the tunnel, so I'm going to venture in. From what I remember, there are little manholes throughout this tunnel. Okay, before we even go into the tunnel, as you can see, it's totally pitch black. It's too dark to go in there without any form or source of light, so that's the next thing we need to get out of the pack. Oh, there's my baby. This is my massive dolphin torch. It's a really good torch, as you can see. It pretty much shines right down to the end of the tunnel there, so this thing will do the trick, I'm sure. Alright, Max, you ready for another adventure? Another overnight challenge? Poor Max getting subjected to all these videos. What do you think you're doing to me, Omega, hey? All these YouTube videos. Let's start wandering into this dark, gloomy tunnel and find a place where we're going to camp it out.
As he makes his way deeper inside, he eventually finds a spot to set up camp. After settling in, having dinner, and feeding his dog, everything seems relatively calm. Later that night, he decides to head back out and explore the tunnel further in the darkness. That's when things take a disturbing turn.
Woo! Max! Oh, my gosh damn tripod. I hear some sort of tune out of it. Max! Come here! Come here. Oh, shit. Oh. Max. Who's that? Who's that, Max? What the actual? Can you guys hear that? Max, where is it? I don't know if you guys can hear this on the camera, but there's something. What is that? What the? Hello? What is that? Max, what is that? Hello? Is there somebody here? That's just creepy as... What the hell? Is anyone here? What is that? Oh! Max! Hurry up! Max! Max! Get out!
At some point during his exploration, something happens that completely changes the tone of the night. Whether it was a cruel prank or something more serious remains unclear. Some viewers speculated it might have been a homeless person trying to scare him away, but there's no way to confirm that. Shaken by the encounter, Omega decides not to stay inside the tunnel any longer. Instead, he hides outside and waits until sunrise before leaving the area. Thankfully, he makes it out safely. Still, the entire situation stands out as one of the eeriest and most unsettling camping experiences caught on camera.